Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to the Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to the 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world. Today is the 14th day of our personalized celebrations of the month of the Ramanujans here at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban. And we had one of the greatest 14 days of spirituality. No one can dispute. From day one to our main celebrations on the 8th, right up to yesterday. I sit in my kutir and I hear the banter that goes on this end. And there is a great sense of absolute happiness, notwithstanding the fact that we had a 10-day marathon satsang which ended on the 21st of April. And immediately after that, 2 weeks after that, or less than 2 weeks after that, a 22-day marathon satsang. There's a lot of work that's put in before the satsang begins. There's maintenance, there's cleanliness, and there's a whole lot of things. But every one of you, unrelenting in your seva, whether in attendance, or in cooking, or in cleaning, or in renovations, I think you all have proven far beyond that you all belong in the Sri Sampradaya, that you all are worthy of being in the Sri Sampradaya. This embracing of the Sri Sampradaya is impelled by the Sri Sampradaya itself. The potency of this Sampradaya is indescribable, but it can draw you as a magnet from all walks of life. Yeah, Satish Bhai? True, Satish Bhai, what the Guru is saying. True. Yeah, Rosh? Very true. I met Rosh to rent his place to park our 2 trucks. That's all I met Rosh for. Rosh Bhai?
Yes, Guru.
And I see you parked yourself and your whole family in the ashram. You all took a permanent lease here. I never get the opportunity of parking 1 truck in your place. Now we are parked in Hammersdale, far away. But Rosh, his family, even his daughter-in-law came and took a parking here. Rosh Bhai? So it doesn't matter how you reach it. God has a created enough excuses for you to reach. And when he knows you won't reach here in bliss, then he'll make you reach here in pain. In pain. So some of you reached here in pain. But once you are here, then the pain turns to bliss. Do not question God's reasons too much. Otherwise, all of you will be like Vishwadhar, and I'll have no strong following. One Vishwadhar is enough in my one lifetime. Just one Vishwadhar. So as I'm saying this, he'll be analyzing this, what I'm saying now. Why the Guru said Vishwadhar? Did he really mean it? What's his next plot? This information, must I reason it? Must I stay awake the whole night analyzing why the Guru said this? All right? And his mind works so fast that he misses the plot itself. He misses the plot itself. All right? Anyway, I was supposed to congratulate him on his new car. We managed to make him buy a new car so that he could travel in comfort with his own money. Can you believe that? Bhabhi, can you see how hard the Guru's life is? Can you see how hard the Guru's life is? His disciples make him suffer. All right, so we discussed Pastor Julie Chetty yesterday, and I saw a post. I think Siddharth made contact, and I think she's extremely blissful of our interaction with her. I asked Siddharth to become even more personal and see if she could be invited over or we could meet her somewhere personally. We believe that this potency is so great that when a demonic interference happens far, far away, in Australia, we could pick it up here in South Africa. And collectively, we have made a huge impact. This impact is not going to simmer down or stop. Great things are going to happen. Jessica, that radio personality that gave a message which we could not, you need to get into contact with him. These are people in the media, and these are people placed there by the Lord to do the commercial work, but also use that opportunity and do the Lord's work. So try and see if you can get a meeting with him and myself and see how he could use that influence he have on the community. He is Muslim, but he is a DJ on Hindavani, and that relationship that he is experiencing has been a DJ on Hindwani. Together with the influence that he have garnered as a Hindwani DJ, notwithstanding the fact that he is a Muslim, is great, is it not? For Hindwani, for allowing a Muslim DJ. And this in itself, this gesture by Hindwani in itself is a great stride in combating the ill will that exists within the various religious communities. And like the stand that Pastor Julie has taken, we men, not WOMEN, but that's how you pronounce woman, we men. I'm saying we men, myself, Rosh Bhai, Satish Bhai, we men should take this cue from her, and look at how principled she was. Because I think earlier on, if you go on my discourses, I said to be spiritual, you have to be principled. To be spiritual, you have to be principled. I'm sure Vishwadhar can find this discourse if he's still not smarting from the whacking and his congratulations on his car. Now he'll be really confused. Alright? He'll find this discourse. In every action of Pastor Julie's exclamations, nothing is religious, everything is spiritual. When you transcend material boundaries created by religion, by caste and creed, when you transcend that, you become spiritual. When you love across color lines, across cultural lines, across religious lines, across traditional lines, you love for the sake of love. When you love freely for the sake of love, you're not binded. Your love is not binding religiously. Your love is not binding culturally. Your love is not binding because love has no bounds. Love is boundless. It's a personification of the essence of the Supreme Lord. Love is the personification of the essence of the Supreme Lord. When you become boundless, then you become spiritual. That is called spirituality. That is called spirituality. When you transcend all boundaries, when you don't look at color, creed, race and religion, when you transcend that and look at all living entities equally, then you are spiritual. So you have pastors and you have spiritual pastors. Like we had our two pastors on Saturday, Pastor Roy and Pastor Kuben. And now we have Pastor Julie Chetty. And we have our DJ V. Gani. We also have Maulana Khan. Alright. And our other Maulana? Maulana Riaz. Maulana Tariq. I used to sit with 20 Maulanas in Iqbal's garage. and have debates with them. From 8 in the evening till 2 in the morning. All right? Good old days. I used to eat what the Maulanas used to eat at that time. And Maulanas eat very well. We used to have supper in the evening, and then we used to come for ice cream on the beachfront. My diners, my diners still exist? Yes, we used to sit at my diners. And then we used to go for pan supari. Pan? What's it called? Okay. All right. So I had a wonderful time with all these Maulanas. I didn't want to bring them here, Jessica, because I have a previous relationship with them, and I didn't want to bring a previous relationship into spirituality. I wanted it to become natural. It is now natural. We have opened the door. Now I can make use of my previous experience and draw them in. Because if we start the oneness bubble, and if we do it well, then Kashmir, the story of Kashmir, we can end it from here. The story of Palestine, we can end it from here. Because the story of Palestine is religious and spiritual. It's not political. It's not political. That is why it has not been solved politically since its inception. Political parties have used this conflict to uplift their image in their own countries. Yes or no?
Yes.
Have these presidents gone and in the trenches? No, they have not gone into the trenches. So we need a religious and a spiritual solution for a religious and a spiritual conflict. Yes? Yes. That politicians keep these fires burning in Kashmir and in Palestine and in Israel. Politicians fuel these fires from the background. We, religious and spiritual leaders, need to create the first bubble. The first bubble. And we need to brave all these atrocities. I am not afraid for any fingers to point at the Sri Narayan Dham. I am not afraid. And the other religious leaders like Julie Chetty and all these other religious leaders do not think conservatively on what will happen to your current following. That is where they are handcuffed. Because if they come out of their current following and if they are seen to be holding hands with other religious groupings, then that is the fear of these religious leaders. Yes or no? Yes. Yeah, it's because of the following. They'll say, oh, what are these leaders up to? So somebody has to take the first step. And this first step is going to move rapidly because we have everyone in place. That is why, does it look like it? Like it was well planned by the Lord Himself. Everything that we started, our oneness campaign, our poor Linda, our angels, Can you see a pattern? Can you see the fingerprint of the Sri Narayan Dham? Can you see the DNA of the Sri Narayan Dham? Can you see where we are going and how we are going? Okay, our job is not to have satsangs every week, clap hands, feel good and go home. That you got all the other ashrams for. Jessica?
Yes,
Yeah, Chatsworth, Phoenix, Reservoir is full of those types of ashrams. Here we are to do tangible, practical work. This Sri Narayan Dham must make an indelible mark around the world. Satish Bhai, you think that's achievable? Yes, otherwise wasting our time. You sacrificing every Saturday with your short pants and t-shirts. Yeah, the ashram. What a waste. What a waste. Diving in the fish pond, chasing my poor kois. What a waste. Roj Bhai? Yeah, we must get down and dirty and do God's work. Because it's not important at this point in time for God to come down. If we assist Him in His work, will it be necessary for Him to come down in any type of manifestation? No. He has chosen each one of us. He has given us some job to do. Not everyone going to be fighters, Satish Bhai. When we go to the army, you all know the Guru is military trained, you all know or don't know. I had the highest military training that South Africa could afford. It was rated 4th in the world. Alright? I underwent counterinsurgency training, rated 4th in the world. But not everyone there at the base took a rifle and went and shot somebody. We needed somebody to cook. We needed somebody to repair the army vehicles. We needed somebody to fuel the army vehicles. We needed somebody to man the radios. So there's a whole lot of work you do to win a battle or a war. Whole lot of workers all don't do the same thing. Similarly, here at the Sri Narayan Dham, not everyone is going to be a frontline soldier, but the fact that you are here, you are an important component in your very being associated with the Sri Narayan Dham. Like in a motor vehicle, everyone talks about the engine, gearbox and diff. All those nuts and bolts that keep everything together, people give a damn. Who gives gratitude, Dana, to the 17 bolts and nuts? Where is Sita? After her birthday, did she lose any bolts? Yesterday I thought she was tired, after her 50th something birthday. I don't see her today. But nobody gives notice to the bolts and nuts that keeps the vehicles together. So similarly, don't feel that if you are not in the front line, you are not important. Everyone is important, okay? And I see Premila is giving you all enough energy. The roti starts getting cooked for 3 hours in a row. There's no one here that can tell me they're not energized with that roti. And she's sharp. She made me a roti in 5 minutes. From start to finish. Okay? And I told her what my mother should make in 5 minutes, but I don't want to say it in this satsang for me. Same, 5 minutes or 7 minutes, you can ask Mataji. Quickly. Quickly. Fast. Okay? So every day I'm bringing Lord Sri Ramanujan's book here to talk about him, but I think he's more happy in this revolution that is starting to take place than me discuss him specifically. So Jessica, you need to start networking. Yeah, we need to find a name for this committee. I'm saying this live, so people must see that we are practically and tangibly planting the seed. This did not happen in some background and all of a sudden it gained momentum. We are planting the seed, Satish Bhai, and this is evidence. In 6 months, when the momentum is gained, we can always rewind back to this discourse and see when there was nothing and here is something. To make this spiritual change, we just need one leader, one bold leader like Julie, from each culture or religion. From each culture or religion. And I'm sure Bruce, our Bruce, you need to get into contact with him, our party man. He'll come forward and I'm sure he also has a lot to deliver. Satish Bhai, have you met him?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so we should nurture people that have a common understanding so that we can prep them for future work. Jessica, start networking from tomorrow. So you contact Bruce, contact Julie, contact your radio DJ, what's his name? Vigani. All right? And contact Iqbal. Tell him I said must contact him. Now it's time we need to get started and active. All right? So Iqbal will also get involved very deeply. Remember, his mother was a Maharaj. And his father was a Khan. All right?
Explain, Guruji, why you can so easily these days call you Guruji.
All right? We had lots of fun together. Myself, Iqbal, his brother, his family, his mom. His mom could fry the sardines best in sardine season. You could eat it with the thorns and you're not getting poked. Yeah, good memories, good memories. Shouldn't be saying this on this Discord. But we are on the topic of oneness, and there are some religions that enjoy the sardines. Some of you enjoy your sardines here, Nadira. Okay, right. When I say you, Nadira, it means someone else. All right, Rojbhai? Mataji said you'll have not been attacked for an entire couple weeks because you'll are fasting. Whole family is fasting for 22 days.
No, I think someone made a mistake. Somebody is bluffing.
And it's Wednesday. All right. Let's hope they're not choking. What time? All right. But the chicken can still turn. It can still turn. Guru got power to make it turn. All right, Rojbhai. Tomorrow, anyone complaining, you know who turned it. Are there any questions? Any questions? Can you see the trend that is starting in the month of the Ramanujans, satisfied tangibly and physically and practically? Can you see the trend that's starting? We started this satsang last year in total lockdown. We declared, if you see my last year's postings on Facebook, all right, you'll see we started, the potency was the same, everything was the same, but we had no devotees. Because we had planted the seed last year for it to germinate this year to be where we are today. That seed has sprouted healthily. Yes? Now whatever we are doing in this month, this year, what you think going to happen next year? Sadaf? And when the Guru is long gone, how big you think these spiritual creepers will be gone trying to reach Vaikuntha? That's all a Guru does. Plant the seed of devotion in your heart. That creeper of devotion starts growing from your heart all the way through the material atmosphere until it touches the spiritual atmosphere. And when it touches the spiritual atmosphere, it lands in the heart of Lord Sri Narayan. Right? But it's not such an easy creeper to grow, because this creeper does not eat meat. No meat compost as well. Firmly rooted in vegetable rosbai. So the Guru is still cleaning the heart, Cleaning the heart slowly. Rosbai knows best. Rosbai. Are there any questions? We saw our dog from next door. He listened to the whole discourse obediently. Now discourse is over. Yeah, he's turning around. All right? Any questions? Satisfied? Anything niggling you? You're living a happy spiritual life? Satisfied?
I'm turning a corner.
Is you turning a corner? Is the wife obstructing the corner or pushing you past the corner?
It's a bit of a trick question, Guru.
Yeah. At least you're man enough to admit it, all right? But we don't want this corner story for too long, all right? Because maybe you'll just pop your head along the corner, get bashed, pop it back, pop it front. We want movement. You must tell me the next time that you left the east corner, now you're on the west corner. Then I know at least you moved. Jai Sri Narayan.